Hello there, and welcome aboard another episode of Rule the Waves 2 as Great Britain. We are currently in the middle of our final battle, which is a military exercise against the American Navy. Excuse me. So far, we have beaten off the American heavy cruiser force, and we've spotted their transport ships. So the objective of the battle has been spotted. But our primary objective right now is to engage and destroy the enemy battleships. They have a number of Congress-class and even one Alaska-class battlecruiser. Very nice looking ships right there. And yeah, we're currently trying to engage those and destroy them. And at the very end of the last episode, we launched our last few airstrikes against the battleships and enemy carrier force over here somewhere. So we're going to see what kind of damage we can do against these. And oh my goodness, Humongulus has once again had her bridge knocked out. We have had the worst luck with this poor ship. Float plane delayed by mechanical fault. Yup. Looks like our heavy A's are doing decently. And we are starting to take some 16-inch gunfire, so we're going to actually have to see about opening the range and keeping the enemy at a distance, just to try and minimize the chances that they do too much damage here. Alright, in other news, I think it is worthwhile to turn our carrier forces over this way to try and keep them out of trouble. And what do we have going on over here? The Albuquerque has wandered off. Let's turn her back around towards the actual fight. Excelsior is currently attempting to disengage, which is a quite sensible thing to do given the amount of damage she's taken so far. 19 medium hits from assorted enemy cruisers. And well, I wanted to keep the range open, but I don't think I'll have that option. Well, I mean, we still do. We're just going to have to bludgeon our way through these heavy cruisers first. And why are you guys targeting that? Oh well. Shoot it down quickly, please. I would very much like you to shift your fire to something useful. Meanwhile, what are these guys doing? Well, at least they're working their way up to speed, so that's something. Okay, keep going. Oh, interesting. Flying boats getting in on the action. Well, that's convenient. Wow. There are a lot of ships in this action. And there's more transports over here? Must be going crazy. I thought the transports were over this way. Maybe there's multiple groups of transports? Flying boats going after an enemy battlecruiser. Okay. Keep going, keep going. 20 Blenheims approaching enemy ships. Nice. And we are doing plenty of damage to these things, of which I am pretty sure they are stopped. How are you guys doing on your... All of you are targeting the wrong things. Every single one of you are targeting the wrong things. And there's the North Carolinas. Okay, we need to shift our fire, and we need to do it in a sensible manner. So I'm going to take manual control over you guys, and we're going to go through this one at a time to do something useful. Okay, we need a Congress class. Let's try this one. Yeah, there we go. And then the next ship can go after that one. And then you can go after, I don't know, the Alaska seems like a good target. And then you can go after this other Congress class. Well, no, you seem to be doing okay. So we'll leave you to fire at that. Okay, orders have been issued. And let's see how these go. More Blenheims approaching the enemy. Enemy aircraft approaching the main battle formation. Dive bombers. Alright, Cap, it's up to you. Well, we're still taking hits here. We'll swing you guys this way. More aircraft approaching. Good. Alright, let's see. Oh, hey, we're getting some results here. So we've got 5 dive bombers going after a battleship, 2 hits. 5 more going after a damaged cruiser, and we get 1 hit. 5 more dive bombers, enemy dive bombers, going after the behemoth. And things are not going well because we are knocking them down. Fantastic. Looks like there's also some cap. And it looks like we are ripping them apart. Fantastic. Okay, I would like to order a flotilla attack so we can try and force the enemy to retreat. And hopefully the Albacore will be able to get out of here without getting too badly shredded. And Excelsior, we're just going to turn you right around. And you guys need to start taking evasive action due to torpedo risk. Okay, Leviathan just got hammered. And I'm not seeing any hits on enemy capital ships. Miss. Miss. 1 hit. On a ship that doesn't matter. Okay. Diadem, you need to break off. You turn right around. How are you guys? Looks like they have actually targeted the correct things. Finally. Hopefully they're able to do some actual damage with this now. And it looks like our aircraft are starting to get into the area. Plenty of hits on cruisers. Looks like our secondaries are doing all sorts of good damage to that. So honestly, that's fine. I do not trust that Vincennes class. So in fact, we are going to turn together. We'll reform after that, but for now, that is a significant threat. And we are going to bring these fellows around like that. How's our ship formation doing? Looking good. They just need to get up to speed. Evasion, evasion, and we took a torpedo. Huh, not too bad. Where did that torpedo even come from anyway? It doesn't look like friendly torpedoes. Also, it looks like our destroyers are moving in and shooting at friendlies. Nice try, Liffey. Hopefully Leonidas is fine. In fact, I think we are going to take the opportunity to do a hard about turn. To maintain our broadsides on target, because they are getting aggressive. Very, very aggressive. Alright. And I am starting to see some hits in return, although it's 10-inch guns, not the 17 and 20-inch guns that I was hoping for, but whatever, we'll take it. Okay, more. Well, at least we're hitting the enemy more than they're hitting us, so that's good. And I'm seeing plenty of torpedoes out and about. Do we want to pick up survivors? Not right now. Until the fight is decided, we cannot worry about picking up survivors. Alright, do we have anybody who still has missile launchers left? Yep, I've already launched everything. What about Amphitrite? Never got the refit. Or that wasn't a ship that could get the refit, so we're not going to worry about that. What about Diadem? Looks like they have already burned all of their missiles against stuff that isn't hugely important. Okay. Well, let's bring our battlecruisers back around. We will reform into a line ahead. That seems fine by me. What are these guys doing? Not in range yet. Keep going though, please. Alright, looks like the enemy has done an about face. Still more missiles at the cruisers. I don't want missiles at the cruisers. I want missiles at their battleships. Okay, but they have done an about face. Looks like they did a battle turn away. That's interesting. That's not something that we often see. And it looks like the... Oh, here we go. Hit on the North Carolina with a missile from... What on earth are you guys doing? That is such a waste. Are you guys able to target something useful? Not in the slightest. Are you guys launching your missiles at something useless? Almost certainly. In fact, I think now is a good time to take manual control and start bringing you towards the fight. So we're going to turn you this way, and hopefully that'll point your broadsides at the enemy, or specifically your missile broadsides, so you cannot fire them at irrelevant cruisers. Okay, destroyers are doing their thing. Looks pretty good. How are these guys doing? Light, light, light. Pretty sure those two don't matter anymore. Oh, not that one. It was the lead ship in the class. Set ship target, and we want... Oh, I don't know, that one. Oh, come on. Are you not capable of target? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that one. Okay. Targets assigned. These fellows appear to have lost sight of the enemy battleships, unfortunately. Alright, so we'll tell them to hold fire for a moment while we work our way closer. Oh wow, that was a big turn there. Looks like our escorts are engaging. Good. And wow, that was a big turn last turn. Lots of hits on cruisers. But nothing significant yet. Okay, so we've got the enemy on the run though. So that's good. We're going to put these guys back on AI control so I don't have to worry about them. Ooh, another big turn. Lots of small caliber hits on cruisers. Especially ones that don't matter. Oh well. Uh-oh. Inconsiderable diving shell magazine hit. Well, that's not fair. That's not fair at all. They're not supposed to use diving shells. I thought that was a Japanese thing. And not only that, I thought they were supposed to be mostly ineffective. Oh, come on. And that wasn't even a decent-sized caliber hit. That was a 10-inch. Boo. Oh, well. That is what it is. And overall, I think things are in our favor. We have the enemy on the run. And we are forming our battleships back into formation. So we should be able to press these cruisers away quite effectively. And in fact, I'm going to turn these guys north to stern camp the enemy. Oop, and there's what I was afraid of. Torpedo damage. Alright, Imponderable is pretty well heavily hit. So I guess we're going to have to let these cruisers get away. Alright, so I need to preserve the Imponderable. She needs to disengage. Alright, where are you? This guy's Imponderable. Detach. Yep. Taking control. We're going to reduce speed to 10 knots for now. Probably going to go even further. Turn her right the heck around. And the Impenetrable is going to continue that stern camping turn to starboard. Okay, what else do we have here? Looking overall decent. We can start getting more aggressive again. Do we want to pick up survivors? Nope, still not worth it. Actually, the other thing I need to do is order flotilla attack from these guys. Okay, unsighted. Okay, so we do still have air attacks going on. And, well, our destroyers are doing damage as well. Good. Torpedo bombers going after CVL. Fantastic. I like the looks of that. And 5 fighters strafing enemy carrier. That ought to break up their anti-air defenses. Alright, and let's keep going. Oh, and we've got a torpedo hit on whatever that flat top was. Dive bombers going after a CVL. No hits. Dive bombers going after a escorting battle cruiser. No hits. And torpedo bombers going after escorting battleship. We'll find out next turn. Humongulus is getting that fire reduced. Good. And it looks like the Iron Dukes are joining in the formation now. Uh-huh. And it looks like we did hit that torpedo, or that carrier with at least one torpedo. Okay, still strafing, dive bombing. No significant hits. 3 dive bombers going after carrier, no hits. 4 torpedo bombers, we'll find out next turn. And our escorts are engaging. No results there. Caps engaging dive bomber, shoot damages. And it looks like, ooh, we are not doing too well there. But the strikes will continue, and we've got more on the way. Speaking of more on the way, we've got one more group right here. Heading on out. Go get them, boys. We'll make them pay for challenging us to a war game. Alright, oh, and we are getting some hits. That is 2 dive bomber hits, and those are heavy payloads. That is probably doing some damage there. At least I sure hope so. Alright, let's see. Impenetrable is still chasing the enemy to the north. Actually, we can unselect the manual targeting and let them do as they need to. Alright. Who is still launching missiles at irrelevant ships? I'm getting very annoyed now. Well, it's not these guys, or it's not that one. It's not these ones either. They still have plenty of missiles. See? Well, let's turn them further south. One's got to be the destroyers hanging out in the back and not doing much, but lobbing missiles at vessels that don't matter. I wish I could tell them to ignore that thing. I want the missiles headed in this direction. That's where we really need to do the damage. Yorktown class. Ooh. A survivor. That guy's been through wars with us before. And that's an interesting design. Constitution class. How is that a battle cruiser? I know it's 32 knots, but it's got a 14-inch belt. Usually armor thickness is one of those deciding factors. Not to mention a 5.5-inch deck. Well, I don't know. We'll worry about it later. Alright, these guys are... well, they've spotted. Let's open fire. Open broadsides, there we go. And they are opening fire. And... looks like some of our strikes are landing. Good. Dive bombing cruiser, no hit. Torpedo bombing light cruiser, we'll find out next turn. And we are still taking hits from those heavy cruisers. Yep, I think this is fairly conclusive evidence that battle cruisers are becoming outdated. Those heavy cruisers are cheaper and just about as useful. Sure, they only have, well, not this one. That's an oversized light cruiser. But these other ones, like this, are rocking quite a bit more firepower. And they throw more shells. Sure, it's not quite the same distance, but I mean, look at this. Impenetrable. Her gun range is the same as her radar range, and she doesn't shoot that far. She just doesn't. The heavy cruisers can shoot far enough. Okay. Moving on. Dive bombers. No, we already talked about those. Anything in the previous turn? Seeing lots of hits on cruisers, which again I don't particularly care about. Looks like the Iron Dukes are finally starting to join in the fight. Ah, we got a hit. Fantastic. That was the cruiser we were targeting. Going after a dive bomber, one hit. Torpedo bomber is going after a destroyer. We'll find out next turn. And overall, not a whole lot this turn. But we shall find out. Well, we hit the destroyer. More secondary hits on the Amsterdam. What are you guys dealing with? Down here? Wow. All these destroyer skirmishes seem almost pointless at this point. I mean, sure, they're doing stuff, but it's not hugely relevant to the main fight. And it looks like we've got more strikes heading out. Good, good, good. Ooh, there we go. Constitution is hit by a missile. And that has set a fire. Fantastic. And I will bet that, well, actually these guys aren't close enough to even spot them. So we're going to have to keep on steaming closer. Actually, I don't think it's even steaming per se. I think it's just dieseling. Because I do believe we swapped out our engines. Okay, well, we're getting more missile hits. And there is still stuff down here, so let's keep up the pressure. Oh boy, there we go. We're starting to get hits all over the place. 1, 2. Hit on a Yorktown. Oh no, hang on, that's a torpedo. I'll still take it. Another ship somewhere in this mess is hit by a torpedo. And another ship is hit by a missile. Fantastic. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up. Alright, dive bombers going in after a battleship and the escort group. 2 more bomb hits there, good job. And it looks like they're going after the transport, so I'm guessing this would be the glob of transports. We'll find out next turn if we got anything. Good luck, boys. Let's hope those torpedoes run true. Oh yeah, one. One torpedo hit. Nice. We're also getting more dive bomb hits on that battleship. Good. And torpedo bombers going after a carrier. Next turn. Enemy aircraft approaching the carrier division, and still getting missile hits. Are we finally starting to get some air-launched missiles? I have no idea where these are coming from. Alright, destroyer Scourge is launching missiles. Okay. I am liking that. Heck, that's quite a collection there. Oh, Scourge is launching them against something useless. Okay. That is silly. Now that's quite a collection of missiles, too. That's 1, 2, 3 missiles on the way. Oh, hang on, don't you freeze on me. Oh no. I appear to have been zoom locked. I can't zoom out. I can't zoom in either. That's weird. Alright, well, let's see if one turn allows me to... There we go, more missile hits. But yeah, I am still unable to zoom out. That is really weird. Okay, let's try restarting the game, so I will be right back. Okay, and there we go, and I am able to zoom in and out again. Excellent. Alright, so we just had... We had some significant events. Let's see, so most recently we had a whole stack of missile hits, and we had some air combat. But since it's not in the official log and it's only in the text files, I can't just click to figure out what it was. But they were launching stuff in this general direction, so who knows? It's probably a waste of missiles again. But it does appear that this group of ships over here, near the Glorious, Victorious, and Triumphant, is capable of launching missiles. So let's see if there's anything we can do about that. Alright. Scourge and Legolas. Let's see. What sorts of missiles do you guys have? Central Line? No, that's SAM. Port broadside. Port broadside. Oh, hang on. We still got one more port broadside left there. And then Legolas herself still has most of her port broadside available. Let's see. Do these guys have radar range? Yes, they do. They can definitely see these guys. So with that in mind, let's take manual control of these for a moment. Turn them this way. Open their broadsides against these southern contacts, and hopefully we can get a few more missiles on the way. Alright, meanwhile, we also have this fight going on. Let's see, what are you guys targeting? Okay, they are targeting the battlecruiser squadron. Yeah, that's fine. That is exactly what we want. We'll start turning them towards. And how is Imponderable doing? Looks like she's got the flooding under control, but she still has a fire raging. So, I got an itch on my eye. Just a second. Okay, There we go. Let's see. So, we need to make a decision here. Looks like, for the most part, the enemy is going away. So I think it is safe for us to reduce speed a little more. We'll go with 6 knots. That seems pretty safe. And that should let us run away, but go slow enough that we can send more personnel to fight the fires and fight the flooding. Also, less speed means less sea pressure against the hull, at least on the forward portions of the hull. So hopefully less, also less vibration, so better able to get that flooding under control. Okay, meanwhile, we are still chasing those. Okay. And we're just going to zoom out to see what happens out here, and let it roll. There we go. Missile hits. Do we want to pick up survivors? Nope, not right now. Okay, we're getting all of the sighting reports because I had to reload the save game. I do appreciate that. In fact, that is misidentified. But we're going to see if we can bring the impenetrable up to the north. Actually, no, we're just going to bring her, bring her to starboard a little bit. Open that broadside and try and keep our distance from those things, because those look like destroyers. Down here, our own destroyers are moving up. And it looks like we have them on the run. Let's see, Yorktown, Constitution. Very nice looking battle cruisers there. And then we also have 2 Congress class are charging in. I'm fine by that if they want to blitz their way up. What are you guys targeting? Yep, you're targeting that. Okay, now all we need is for you guys to open fire. Okay, 1 dive bomber going in. Looks like our escorts are engaging, and I'm seeing lots of shoot downs and more shoot downs of enemy aircraft. Good. So our cap is being engaged by enemy escort, and we are slaughtering them. Fantastic. Fan-flipping-tastic. Oh, and Impenetrable got the fire out. Granted, that's not the one that's in the worst condition, but hey, I'll take every little bit that I can. Okay, keep going. There we go. Fantastic, we're getting hits on that cruiser, and Behemoth is scoring hits on that thing, which is probably actually a battle cruiser. And more air combat. Oh, there we go. Missiles away. Destroyer Ribble is launching missiles. I wonder what they hit. All the way over here. That's interesting. That's probably the carrier force. How are they able to launch against stuff that's so far away? Oh well. As long as we know there's enemies over there. And maybe those missiles overflew their initial targets. 3 dive bombers miss. What? Oh, wait, hang on. We have 1 bomb hit on a carrier. That is bad news for that carrier. Alright, 16 Avro Whitleys are approaching. Good. Oh my goodness. That just got hammered. That just got hammered hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bomb hits out of 6 dive bombers going in. Alright, Juggernaut took another hit from enemy Congress class. That is fine. I believe she's shrugging it off just fine. And Alaska is charging in as well. I suspect that things will not go well for her, because we are formed up and they are not. And we also have the Iron Dukes joining in as well. Okay, 18 Blenheims are approaching. And we have a irrelevant torpedo hit on a sinking ship. Okay, fighters, strafing, dive bombers hit. A carrier escort, nice. And torpedo bombers still going in. Alright, so they appear to be over here now, not so much over here. I guess they're retreating to the west? Or advancing to the west. Well, they're probably heading into the wind to try and launch strikes. Alright, let's see. What do we got here? Looks like these guys... Well, looks like some of them are heading back. And some of them are distinctly heading out. Speaking of which, I should probably check and see what our status is. So we have recons returning. I'm not going to worry about those at all. Oh, looks like Glorious has some planes ready, or planes available. And I'll bet Triumphant does too. Yeah, there we go. And let's see, there we go. Also some torpedo bombers, dive bombers from Victorious. Fantastic. All right, we need to grab those planes and turn them around and send them back out. So, Glorious, Victorious, Triumphant. We are going to dive bomb, torpedo bomb, dive bomb, torpedo bomb, dive bomb. And, well, we don't really have a whole lot as far as escorts go. Let's see, priority target, battleships, location. We'll go with this general area here. That should work. I suspect that the enemy's going to start retreating soon. And we are going to... So those guys are priority target battleships. And... should I coordinate? How much time is that going to delay? Right now it is 11:47. This will be about just a hair under an hour. If I coordinate, that makes it... Ooh, yeah, nope. We are not coordinating this strike. We are sending these things out as soon as they are available. Launch. No coordination. We do not have the time. Let's check the other ones. Carrier Division 21 has no one back yet. Carrier Division 4. Well, I'm seeing some planes back, so that's good. Looks like most of our fighters have gotten caught up in cap. So I don't know how much they're going to be able to do. But you know what? Every little bit counts. We do want to start readying stuff up though, so we'll grab these. The Griffin, and we'll grab these. Yeah, looks good, and we'll start readying those up. And I will bet similar stuff is true for Carrier Divisions 8 and 10. No, those guys are not back yet. And what about 10? Those guys are also not back yet. Okay. Well, we do have planes readying up, so we'll keep an eye open for that. And we have another strike heading out towards the enemy capital ships. Alright, moving along. Ooh, there we go. Doing some damage there. Let's see, who was launching that? Oh, that was Legolas. Good shooting. 1, 2, 3 missiles out, and we had Congress hit. Unsighted. Wow, that's pretty far out there. Unsighted hit by torpedoes. So that was from the torpedo strikes. And we had the Congress hit by a second missile. And we have some torpedoes heading into the formation as well. Fantastic! That ought to do some damage to them. That ought to do some pretty serious damage. Let's see what else. We are getting some 17-inch hits on the Alaska. So she's probably feeling that. And we're also seeing 17-inch hit on the Congress and a 20-inch hit on this Congress. Oh man, that's gotta hurt. Alright, let's watch these torpedoes as they go. Get 'em, boys, get 'em. One hit. The other two missed. But hey, one more hit is more than what we've done before. So that is good news. Alright, and we are seeing more shell hits on there. Congress taking a 16-inch hit. Other Congress taking a 16-inch hit. Alaska class getting hammered by 17-inch shells. Oh yeah, look at that. She is losing turrets fast. Congress takes another 17-inch hit. And two more on the lead ship. Yeah, these guys are getting absolutely pummeled. That's what I want to see. And torpedoes on the way. Enemy on another ship. So looks like our strike against the battle formation is starting to hit. They're not really hitting the ships that I want. I'm seeing mostly destroyers and light cruisers, but that is in the general area. And hang on, we got enemy battle cruiser. Maybe misidentified, but hang on, here we go. One more carrier. I'm liking that. And we will find out next turn if we do anything useful. Imponderable, fire reduced, which is good, but she is still struggling. Let's see how things have been going recently. Yeah, splinters in the uptakes. I do not like that. Interestingly enough, I have heard, one of the things that I intend to test in the near future, is that you can reduce the likelihood of splinters in the uptakes with belt extended armor, because apparently that covers the uptakes. So that may be worth putting more armor on, doing a lighter overall belt, but also a very heavy extended belt to provide additional protection. So that is a consideration. Yep, there's the fire. That was a missile hit. So she currently has both missile launchers out. That's not good. She has no air protection. I mean, aside from her fantastic collection of 5-inch guns, of which most of which, well, okay, half of which are still operational. So that's still pretty good. It's better than nothing. Alright, limits flooding. Still taking the occasional fires. But it looks like she is mostly doing okay. Is she shooting at anything? Looks like there's still some stuff out there. How are these guys doing? That Vincennes is out in trouble. This Huntington, that's a threat. What about this Vincennes? That Vincennes is sinking, well, supposedly. And this one is reporting heavy damage. This one still has one working turret. That one still has 3 working turrets. And she's moving at speed. But I think the Imponderable will be able to handle her just fine. Okay, in other news, looks like my carriers have slowed down their pace of air operations just enough to turn away. And I believe I had some destroyers who need to go back on AI control. There we go. That way we don't have to worry about them anymore. I think Legolas has gotten off her missile volleys. And I want the Mars and Camperdown heading south at their incredible speed of 19 knots. These insane ships and their incredible engines. They don't even need funnels to run. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. The wonders of modern propulsion systems. You'd almost think they were nuclear or something. Oh, yeah, we got a hit on that carrier. Good. And we are going after... That's probably not a corvette. I'm almost certain that's a misidentification. And we've got torpedo bombers going after a battleship. Let's hope we get some hits. Okay, and we are going to keep pushing them around these guys. There we go, torpedoes in the water. And it looks like they're turning away, so I don't know if those are all going to hit. But here we go. Shrugging off that hit. Hull hit deck, no damage. Look at that. Your 16-inch guns don't mean anything to me. Alright, dive bombers missed. Torpedo bombers going after a transport. Not too worried about that. And we are still slamming heavy caliber shells into the enemy. This guy in particular is in very bad shape. She's taken a lot of hits. How the Alaska is still moving, I have no idea. Okay, here comes more enemies. They've got reinforcements coming up. Oh no, Chalmer, 2 turrets knocked out. How bad is it? Come on, Chalmer, launch that last missile. Alright, still taking a few hits. We are still ultimately doing more hits on them than they are on us, and that's the important thing. Okay, more air attacks approaching. Oh, and here we go. Mars is launching missiles at what? Oh, down here. I like that. Well, it's not quite the targets that I intended. We'll take it. And which missile was that? I can't even tell. The screen isn't big enough for me to see if any of the starboard guns have fired. I suspect that is the case, but I can't prove it. With that in mind, continue running south. Okay, more Congress class heading north. I'm pretty sure those are misidentified, because we've had them properly identified earlier. But if that's what they want to call it, then sure. I'm not too worried about it, as long as we continue shooting at the right stuff. Wow, 2 hits, 2 heavy hits on the same ship. Nice. And that is a lot of torpedoes headed this way. Let's see. It's been a few turns. Let's check and see if we got any more aircraft ready. So Carrier Division 19 is doing fine. They're well in the process of launching. Carrier Division 21, I believe she was launching as well. Carrier Division 4, still got nothing. 8, still got nothing. 10, still got nothing. Alright, well, I think that this is a pretty good place to call things to a close for now. We've got more airstrikes heading out. The enemy has been turned back and with heavy damage. And their next group of battle cruisers is about to face the fury of our line again. So, here's hoping we get some good damage on them. Until then, this is Katori87, signing out.